Hi guys, Raven here. You notice the new background behind me? It's actually my living room closet door. But you're looking at it there with the green wall, that's the kitchen. Uh, so today is Monday, August 3rd, 2020. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video. Um, so just a couple of things I want to talk about real quick. First, let me explain why I have a new living room setting. When I was sitting on the couch, which is just right here next to me, the seating of it is long from the edge of the seat all the way to the back where the back is supposed to be up against. And it's hard for me a lot, to sit leaning forward a lot like this because it hurts my back. But if I'm sitting all the way back and I'm trying to play Minecraft, I can't. So I have to sit up. So that's why I went ahead and made some adjustments. Now my TV, instead of going this way, it's out this way at the left end of the couch, but it's facing me. Got the living room window here. Um, so I had to do a whole new setting. What I'm using as a desk was actually my kitchen table. But before that, the apartment that I lived in, the one where I had the black mold issue, I had bought this table to be as a table for my laptop. And the little TV stand that I was using, like a little bit that you use like for your spits to eat dinner off of, like a dinner tray, that kind of thing. That's what I was having my laptop on. I still have it right under here. So now my back is a little bit more better. I still have, I mean, it's not totally better, but everything is feeling more comfortable now. Um, it just took me a couple days to adjust it. I did this Friday night. Going into Saturday morning, I was up all night. Because I couldn't sleep for whatever reason. So I decided to take the opportunity to do that. Rearrange this living room. Well, first I had to vacuum this kitchen floor. Because if you remember when I talked about having mice issues in the bath, I had a bag of peanuts. And the mice would go and gnaw their way into a bag and take my peanuts, which I remember uh, seeing the bag when I'm like, where are my peanuts going? It was the mice. Um, and they dragged it all through this living room. So before I could even do anything, I had to literally vacuum this living room, get up all the peanut shells, and that huge mess that there's mice left me. So I think for now on, if I'm going to eat peanuts, I'm just going to have them up here on this table. And ain't no way a mice going to come up here without me noticing it. Or I could leave it in the window here. So I got the room window here. I like the way I have this setting. And one thing it does, it reduces the glare of my glasses. Because when I was sitting over there, if you notice, I would have either the glare of the laptop or the TV just basically making a full glare on my lens. And it was that was annoying itself. So I had to do that. Then fast forward to Saturday night, going into Sunday morning. Saturday night, I was sitting here watching the baseball game, which I want to talk about that in a minute. But uh, I want to finish telling a story. So you fast forward to late Saturday night, going into Sunday morning. I'm sitting here watching a baseball game and playing Minecraft at the same time. And it was like around 11 o'clock. And I hear police sirens. They're coming from that direction to this way. And I thought, Because see, my landlord lives just right next to me. Um, her house has 3 apartments. One for herself, one for her daughter, boyfriend, and her daughter's daughter. That's what I'm going to be talking about in a minute. And then she has another daughter who is basically, I, I never met her husband, but to me it's basically a single parent raising 3 boys. So I've met everybody. I've met all the family members over there, except for her one daughter's boyfriend. I mean, I've waved at him, but I've never had a conversation with him. Seems like a nice guy. So anyway, as I'm sitting here, and I see the 2 cruisers go by, and I thought they were going to drive on because it's like about another, 3/4 of a mile. Maybe not even. There's train tracks. I thought they're going to just keep shooting by. No, they stopped. And I'm looking outside and I can see all the glare. I have an ant that lives right there, and I have an ant that lives right there. Well, you can't see it, like right there and right there. The siren lights, for the blue light, siren lights, was going off, reflecting on the houses over there. So I knew something was up. So I got up, went to the kitchen, and I'm peeking outside, and I see my landlord squatting down next to a police officer and a female laying on the ground. Now, mind you, that I've met my landlord's granddaughter and know her well enough to know what she looks like, the way she keeps her hair. She's 14 years old, and so I'm looking outside when I see the female laying down. I'm thinking it's my landlord's granddaughter because her granddaughter has a ponytail. So I was like, what's going on? And next thing I know, paramedics pull up. I was like, wow, okay, what is going on? And I didn't want to go outside and make it look like I'm being nosy, but I wondered what was going on. And because I thought it was my granddaughter, who was 14 years old, as I just mentioned a moment ago, I was up all night Saturday night going into Sunday morning because I'm worried about my landlord's granddaughter. I was like, what on earth happened? So after the cops and paramedics left, I tried getting a hold of my landlord. No answer. Turns out she never took her phone out. So I didn't get an answer. She returned my call yesterday around 3:49 p.m. And the reason why I say that is because that's the time the call came in, according to the caller I gave. And she said, hey, it's me. My landlord called me. Hey, it's me. I was like, hey, what's going on? She goes, well, I'm returning your call. By the way, it wasn't my granddaughter. It was her mother. I was like, oh, okay. I said, so what happened? And said, well, she was having these migraines and led to her having seizures. I was like, oh no. I said, did she go to the hospital? No. She refused treatment. But the paramedics told her to get in touch with her doctor that she sees about her seizures and maybe get some medication adjustments or something to that effect. So I told my landlord, I said, don't think it's the wrong way. But I'm glad it was your daughter and not granddaughter because I would rather that it be an adult and a child. She completely agreed 100%. And she thanked me for caring because nobody else called her. None of the rest of the neighbors said. I was the only neighbor that called. That's just the kind of person I am. I care. And especially when it comes to children. And this isn't even my kid. I'm old enough to be this kid's father. And I was up all night worrying about a child that isn't even my own kid. And I was relieved that it wasn't her, though. No, no child should have to go through stuff like that. Not children are innocent. And I know I'm probably going to get some backlash on that thing. You know what? Kids are not innocent. Well, let's just say most of them. But no matter how good or bad a child is, they don't deserve to have kind of health issues like that. And then you heard me say I want to talk about baseball. I'm glad baseball's back. It's something that I've been wanting to come back. And it has. Now it seems like the season is in limbo again. Because last week, several players on the Miami Marlins, I just call them Florida Marlins, because that's what they've always been to me. I can't call them Miami Marlins, because to me it just doesn't sound right. Well, we could just say the Marlins. Organization had so many COVID positive diagnosis. And now I'm not giving medical advice, so, but that's as far as I'm going to say when it go when it comes to talking about that. They were talking about shutting. They had to cancel all the Marlin games last week. Then you fast forward to Saturday. Cardinals Brewers game postponed. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. Milwaukee has a closed roof. Well, a retractable roof is what they're called. Why are they postponed? Then I learned later there was 2 St. Louis Cardinals players. Well, let's just say 2 members of the Cardinals organization tested positive. And turns out they were not following social distancing guidelines. And that's where they think all this happened. And Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred has threatened to shut down the season if another outbreak occurs. And I posted on Twitter on Saturday, I said, I think after Sunday the season's probably going to be over. But I did give an opinion on the issue. I said, before you go to that extreme, issue fines to players who are not following the social distancing guidelines. And then if that doesn't work, hit the kill switch. That's exactly what I said. I had to have a drink. When I talk too much, especially after going 14 minutes right now. I'm glad baseball is back, and I hope it's back. So that leads me to my next issue with baseball. Major League Baseball, I think, has said that this is going to be a season with no fans. None. So I made another post about that on Twitter. And, I was, what's the word I'm looking for? I was voicing my displeasure with their blackout restrictions. See, when you order a subscription of the MLB TV from the Major League Baseball website, they have local blackouts. So meaning, if you say, for example, when I was living in Maryland, I couldn't watch Oriole games, and I couldn't watch Pittsburgh Pirate games. And yet they're in two different states. And the reason for that is because I was considered local market for both teams. Even though I was living in the mountains of Western Maryland, I couldn't. I went years and years without ever watching my favorite team, the Baltimore Orioles, play. I mean, years. It wouldn't be until 2012 before I would ever get to see an Oriole game again. Because that was a wild card game against the Texas Rangers, which they ended up beating the Rangers. Then next year, in 2013, I got DirecTV. And I was able to get the network to carry my favorite team's games. And so that lasted up until 2017. And I thought this is good. So, when I moved to Florida, I had to give up the DirecTV. And, I was only able to watch a few Oriole games down in Florida from the local TV network when they played the Rays. Which, by the way, they swept the Rays over this past weekend. Their first week since 2018, when it was against the Blue Jays. And when that happened, that was the 1 year mark since I left Maryland when that occurred at that time. So anyway, getting back to the Blackouts. You know, we had this pandemic that was going on. Baseball, pretty much all live sports was on hold. NASCAR was the first major sport to really make a comeback. Yeah, again, you had soccer, but it's not one of the top 4 major sports like baseball, football, basketball, and hockey. Those are the 4 major pro sports. Didn't even have golf. I mean, there was no live sports. And when the beginning of May came around, NASCAR returned, and it felt like a sense of normalcy. Watching live sporting events. Because it was the one thing that I was missing during the shutdown. And so, talking about the local blackouts, first, on Thursday, take that back, Wednesday, I had ordered the MLB extra innings package for my local cable provider, Spectrum. But I couldn't get it to work. I don't know why. It was just, I thought maybe it's one of those things that takes a day to kick in. But I thought, okay. But I wanted to watch an Oriole game. So I went to MLBTV.com. Or to MLB.tv.com. I can't remember what the web address is. And ordered, what my intent was to get the 3-day trial. Until I could figure out the MLB extra innings package. And I was able to watch the Oriole game on that. I thought, okay, this is good. Then I don't need the MLB extra innings package from Spectrum. Well, they told me once I signed up for it, I'm stuck with it. There's no refund. I thought, man. But then I learned that the MLB extra innings package, you're not going to get every game that'll be played that day. It's up, you can only see like up to 90 different games a week. But there's no guarantee that you get to see your team play. Man, so I went ahead and kept the MLB TV subscription. That was $24.95. And it's a 2-month deal. So, I say 2 months because August, September. October is when playoffs start. And pretty much all the games are going to be on TV. And where I really don't need that. So when the season is over, I'm going to tell Spectrum I'm going to go ahead and cancel the MLB extra innings package so that I don't get charged for it when next season comes around. Assuming we have a season. But the blackout thing irks me. It's not everybody who is in a team's local market that can get to go to a game, has the luxury of cable TV or satellite to be able to watch your home team play. Not everybody has that luxury. Or enough money to even go to the games. So, when I was living in Maryland, I could not watch my Oriole games because I was in the team's local market. And that's one of the biggest pet peeves I have. It's blackouts. Especially in a year like this when we got a pandemic going on. Fans can't go to the games. They have, some stadiums have cardboard cutouts of fans in select areas of the stadium. So far, the only stadium that I've noticed that doesn't have any fan cutout, cardboard cutouts, is Camden Yards in Baltimore. It's the only stadium that I've noticed so far that doesn't have that. But I have to say, I do like the big crowd noise because it does add excitement to the game when you have no fans there. The last time, prior to this year, the only time they ever had an empty stadium game was back in 2015 when Baltimore had the riots from the Freddie Gray incident. And no fans were allowed at the game. So they played a day game at Camden Yards, Orioles against the White Sox, which the Orioles won. And now, when I see all these games that from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 5 games, Orioles won 3 of those 5. They got swept in a 2-game series by the Yankees, which should not have happened, really. But they swept the Rays, so that makes up for that. But see, when you have games this year, and fans can't even go to the games, what purpose does the local blackout restriction serve? I don't get it. I can't go to the games. The closest ballpark to me is the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. I know tonight there's a Reds-Indians game. My team is idle tonight, so I may watch that game, or wrestling. But anyway, the local blackout restrictions for baseball, they need to do away with that for this year. Fans can't go to the games. And I think the only stadium that can even remotely allow fans is Wrigley Field in Chicago. On Waveland Avenue, you've got the rooftops of the building where some fans can sit up there and watch the games from there. But you have to pay a hefty price for that one. I think it's like $300 or $400 a pop. By pop mean ticket. So, but I think baseball needs to make an exception this year and say, you know what, fans can't go to the games. Not everybody has the luxury of having a cable network to carry the games because, when I was growing up, I mostly watched Cubs games once I moved to the western portion of Maryland. Had WGN, and I would watch the Cubs games. And I always enjoyed it when Harry Carey did the 7th-inning stretch and take me out to the ball game. May he rest in peace. So that's my beef. That's my beef about that. I don't like the blackout restrictions. It needs to be done away with. So, that's sad. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. It's going at 25 minutes. Wow. I didn't think it was going to go this long, but I had to really, I really had to express my frustration with baseball and talk about the possibility that the season could. I heard that as early as today, the commissioner could pull the plug on the season and say, we're done. Which I hope not. I mean, again, we have NASCAR, but then what's going to fill my rest of the week with sporting events? Now, one thing I am looking forward to this weekend is the NASCAR doubleheader, where they have a cup race on Saturday at Dover, and then again on Sunday. And then the following week, they have a road course race in Daytona. Now, that race, I'm looking forward to. The Cup Series has never run a road course race in Daytona. Now, I know every January they have a 24-hour race at Daytona, and that's a road course. So, really looking forward to that. Alright, I'm going to end the video here. Over 26 minutes. So, have a good rest of your Monday, afternoon, morning, wherever you may be. And we'll see you on the next video.